Welcome to the Jumpcast, powered by Jen's Matter, bringing transformational learning experience to your life.
Wait for me, girl, wait for me. Wait for me, girl, wait for me.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Jumpcast, where we reimagine leadership through real stories of youth making an impact. So, I'm Cname, as usual, your host. Today's episode is really special. We're joined by two of our top participants from the Outdoor Leadership Certificate Program, where we give students full-funded leadership program. Navleen and Sean, over 21 days, they have been part of a transformational journey in outdoors, building skills, confidence, and community. We'll dive into their stories and hear firsthand what leadership means to them. So, welcome Sean and Navleen! Okay, so let's introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Leen Chaturvedi, and can I do it again? Okay, Leen Chaturvedi, and I'm a participant at OLC leadership training.
Hi, I'm Sean Tassanan. I am a member of the OLC Leadership Certificate.
Great. I'm so excited to hear about your stories from Erin, our training and development lead, which is so excited because has heard a lot of transformational journey and a lot of resilience experience that you have gained from the OLC. So today, I would like you guys to share about how did you first hear about Jump Foundation or the program Outdoor Leadership Certificate?
So I first heard about Jump from my friend Nina. She was a worker here, and she said that it was an amazing experience. She get to be a facilitator and got to travel and see the outdoors, but also get to teach and be in touch with nature. And it seemed like a dream job for me since then. So that's how I learned about Jump. What about you?
Yeah, mine's the same. From my friend Ben. Ben, we are college friends back in the day, and recently we just got in touch, and Ben told me about a job at Jump, being a facilitator. You get to spend time with the new youth, the new generations. You spend time with the nature, and the previous jobs I was doing freelance, so I was more likely to just be at home, and I was craving for adventure. I was craving to surround myself with the nature, also like get to meet new people, especially like get to see how new generations are doing, So I think it'll be a great opportunity for me to get this experience.
Wow, this is great. So both of you guys heard from another referral person?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Okay, cool. What were your first impressions when you started the program?
Like when I first joined the course,
First impression when you joined the course, yes.
I think it's just how people giving you so much respect, and also let you be your authentic self. I just want to get into safe space, but we can talk about that later. But my first impression was just that there's no judgment. Once I joined the course, I feel like there's no judgment. Everybody give you a safe space and the freedom for you to express yourself, and they also respect your idea and give you a chance to lead and facilitate.
I agree with you completely. I feel like everybody was even the teachers, right? Arin, Jackie, everybody was like, whoa, I feel like
all the energy.
So much energy, but everyone else who was also the participants were also very accepting with each other. And then, I felt safe since the first day.
Yeah.
I felt very safe.
Yeah, after the third day, I was like, how come we get close? We become friends very fast, and we feel safe, and I could gain some trust, and then I could give out some trust to this stranger who we have met only for 3 days. It's amazing how this thing happened.
And we learned about it through theory at first. We were the first day it was okay, safe space is physical safety, emotional safety, intellectual safety, and social safety. And we learned about it. We knew the concept, but it actually integrated when everybody there was the safe space for us. So we were like, wow, like this is how it feels to learn in a space where even if you make mistakes again and again, nobody's gonna laugh at you, nobody's gonna judge you. Everybody is just there like having a good time. They're like, keep going, keep like you just feel like this is how kids or other people learn in the best possible way because they get to be their true authentic self.
Wow, such an immersive experience with the safe space and the energy that you received from the first day. Did you have any hesitations or challenges before signing up the program?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like you know, I was doing freelance, and I know this is an educational like
Field.
yeah, like educational field trips, and then I know that people who work there have their own expertise, you know. But for me, I was just like looking for my skill. I tried to like redefine my skill, but then I couldn't find it. So it made me like have a lot of self-doubt, and I hesitate. Like, what happened if I couldn't bring the things that they want? Like, I couldn't offer anything, and it was just a lot of self-doubt, and maybe like I'm still not sure whether I'm good with kids or like all this little thing, you know. So I have a little bit of doubt and hesitate before I joining the trip because I have no idea what it's gonna be like. I have no idea there's gonna be a lot of games, a lot of laughing, a lot of like good friendship. I didn't know all of that, so it was just a little bit of hesitation to step into the unknown. But I'm glad I took the action, I made the decisions, and I get the very profound experience. I get to meet a lot of good friendships, and you know, so I'm glad I did it.
I'm glad too. For me, I didn't have any hesitation. Like when I heard that I could join this, and then Irene was like, "Congratulations!" I'm like, "Yes!" It's the best feeling ever because I kind of wanted to try to be a facilitator since I graduated last year. So this has been on my mind, and to get to be training here for free, like win-win.
Yeah, that's a wonderful experience so far. And hesitations has been, come across our work. So let's moving on to growth and transformation question. What skills have you improved most during OLC, like teamwork, communications, outdoor skills, facilitation?
I think my weakest point would be like to take role in leaderships, and after this course I feel like I have a stronger voice to say whatever I want to say, or like I have a ability to sometimes lead or like take control of the situations. After the course I feel like I play so many games, like even with my friend I'll be like, all right everyone, let's play a game, and then I get to like get their attentions, and sometimes I would be like leading them to like do this little activity. So I think it's about like confidence and a little bit of leaderships, and I also feel like the creativity is also another thing that like after you have been given a lot of safe space and respect, and and you feel more confident about yourself to be more creative.
Yeah, I agree with
What
that
about
too.
you?
For me, I think definitely outdoor, because before that I was like a little bit scared of outdoor, like hiking and stuff. I'm not the best. Like I used to hike with people who were from Europe or America, and they're really good, very fast, and they're like, okay, what's next, and I'm just like, oh, this rock to that rock is so hard, But then when we get to stay in nature for like 6 days, get to like build our own tents and kayak and climb, and it get more accustomed to it, and the challenge is a lot, but it also made me like try to grow from it. Like of course self-doubts come up, and like, oh, why am I so much like lacking behind the others and stuff. But then when we get to do it like again and again, we get to practice it, and I got better after the 6 days for sure. And now I'm like much more confident to go in nature and like build resilience and practice more.
Wow, amazing. What a transformed experience ever. Okay, let's moving on to the next questions. Is there any story that stands out where you surprised yourself or you surprised someone else with, what you could do?
Yeah, for me it's just that rock climbing challenge, because I have a wrist injury, and I just found out like 2 days ago that actually I have like a little broken bone inside of me, and I have to do the surgery. And I had that while I was on the Jump OLC trip, And then I remember after they said they're telling us all the instruction and it's a time for us to try out the climb, Jackie was just saying like, okay, just don't let your ego, like, you know, if you cannot do it, then just don't push it, you know. So for me at that time, I was like, okay, I got my wrist injury. I've never done rock climbing before, but I always had the dream of climbing. You know, usually people have dream of flying, but I always had dream of like climbing. So I was like, okay, maybe I just try my best and like be aware of my ego and, you know, do whatever, just surrender to the nature. And then it kind of like surprised myself because I made it to the top and it was the second hardest climb on that.
Mm-hmm.
So I've learned that sometimes, you know, all you need to do is just show up and try your best and see how it goes.
That's amazing. I did poorly in climbing, so I'm not gonna talk about that, but I did the kayaking.
Yeah, you were doing great on the last day.
The kayak, because like the first day, so for facilitation, right, one of the things is to just support the experience instead of instructing them what to do. We kind of like guide them, model our best behavior, and then let them learn by themselves by like challenge and by, you know, being there for them, listening and observing. That's like supporting the experience. But for in the kayak, the first day, they just told us that like, oh, you use this part of the paddle, okay, go in the water now. And then we all were like, oh, okay, I guess. And then we just went in and my boat was like flying across the place. Like we were supposed to go to this area, but me and my friend, we couldn't like get ourselves to go there because we're like panicking and we're like, the wind was pushing us away. And it came to the point where we started like, got so nervous that we started laughing, like nervous laughter, and we were like, Jane. And then Tona, one of the facilitators, came to help us by like just pushing the boat to this direction, but he wouldn't help us like you know, take the boat with him. He was just trying to push us so that we learn by ourselves. And I felt so bad at the end because like me and my friend, we were like struggling so badly. But then instead of using that self-doubt to like push ourselves down even more and see ourselves as a failure, we were like, okay, how can we improve this tomorrow? And then we started asking the kayak experts, because there were some in the team as well, like our community, like Pifon and Pinon. And then we asked him, what do we do to like get better at it? And they were like, use your body instead of just your arms, and then make your posture like straight, and then, you know, giving us the tips. And then the next day, turns out they actually wanted us to challenge us so that we learn what experiential education is about, which is to let us like grow from the challenge, like learn from it. And then the next day they teach us the proper techniques. And now me and my friend was the first one to reach the other side and the first one to come back, because we're like, oh, we learned from this. Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. Learn from the well-experienced facilitator. Like, how do you want to apply what you have learned from OLC at school, in your community, or even your career?
So like what can we apply, what we have learned from this? For me, I think like what I felt with this course is, you know, how Jump provide a safe space for all the participants to express themselves, the idea, and to be their authentic self. And I think I've learned that like when you're giving someone a safe space, you can bring out the best version of that person, because they have the courage to think, to express, and, you know, to share to other. So I think like communication is very important, but also like the setting, like the environment, if it's like a safe space, you can bring out the best.
Your best authentic self.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And also like leaderships, right? Like sometimes, like I've learned that like leadership, there's many types of leadership. You don't have to be the leader, right? It's like what's the types of leadership? Like, you know, you can be like a supportive
supportive leader, or like visionary leader. Though he was like the modeling.
The modeling.
The one that you were like, oh, I don't use plastic. Don't use plastic, guys. If you were
like a role model.
Yeah.
Like
so we were doing this role playing, like Pictionary with charades. So what he did was like, guys, please don't use plastic. Remember?
Yeah, but instead I was holding a
plastic
cup
bottle
with a plastic straw.
just to show that you have to be that model before you teach. Like you are not what you think you are. You are who.
Yeah, what was it? I want to know.
It's like
Don't
the
worry,
quote
we
about
can
that.
edit this. What was the quote?
It was.
Okay, never mind. We can
Never mind, we can cut it.
Like model what you want to teach, not just saying it, not just teaching it.
Great.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to be able to like do it yourself or like have the strong belief before you can tell other people to do that thing, right? Like for example, like sustainability, you have to like be aware and you have to give value to sustainability before you tell other people to like, oh, stop doing this, start doing this. You know, you gotta
Be that first.
be that.
Okay, I
person
remember
first.
it now. Unconsciously. Anyways, let's move on. Let's move on.
We'll show on the screen, guys.
But for me, what I learned is that before coming to Jump, I'm kind of like an assuming person. Like when I see someone, I immediately in my head, I'm like, this person might be this kind of person. Like, you know, like unconsciously, I would say, or like subconsciously, it's like a thing that I do. But then when I learned in OLC is that if you assume, you're not giving them the opportunity to be themselves because you're actually having an image of them in your head already. So to actually be like a safe space for students or be like a facilitators, we have to stop assuming first. We have to be in a more heightened consciousness and knowing that everybody has their own needs that are different from your internal needs, and work from there. Be like a blank space for them to show up as they are and not have like internal ideas about them and judge them internally. That's what I learned, and I will use that in my own life as well.
Wow. These are the great key takeaways ever. Okay. So we almost got to the last questions. What advice would you give to future participants thinking about joining OLC?
So for the future participant who would like to join the next OLC course, I think if you having self-doubt or if you want to step out of your comfort zone, maybe the work you are working right now is in what you think is right for you, and maybe you want to like explore and find a new path or a new career, I think Jump OLC will be a great opportunity for you. You know, once you take the action, you get to meet a lot of great like people, cool people, great community, and you learn a lot by like knowing a lot of people, opinions, thoughts, and backgrounds. And I think the advice is just take the action, just don't think too much, and come here and have fun and learn something new.
I agree very much, because you won't just learn how to be a leader, you will learn so many other things. You will learn to be a better person from this course. And what I would suggest is to prepare things beforehand, because I was like a last minute, like, oh, I'll do the hiking preparation later, and then the last day I'm like stressing out. So prepare, if they give you a list of what to get, try to like get it beforehand so you don't stress on the last minute.
Yes, for sure. And also it's going to be like up and downs, you know, during the trip, but that's like the main points of it, you know, like the best experience has to come from plus and minus and everything. Like, you know, sometimes you have faced some problems, self-doubt, like you're feeling anxious, but it's part of the progress of self-development, I think.
I agree. Like nature will be a place if you want to challenge yourself and be more resilient. You have to go in nature and you have to like learn from it. And when you face challenges, before you say that like, I'm failing, say, what can I learn from this? And change your perspective, and that's gonna get you to your goal faster.
Sometimes challenge could be really like frustrating, but sometimes it could be really fun and exciting too. Like remember the last night in Khao Yai where there was the raining and there was a flood to the tent. Everyone was like panicked. I was like, yes, I see something unexpected happen. I was kind of like, it was bad, but I was kind of like excited about it, like as unexpected events, like flooding on the tent, and
Yeah.
I thought that was fun. That was part of the adventure.
Mm-hmm. So true. So true.
Yeah.
Great. You could describe the OLC experience in 3 words. What would it be?
Okay, give us 10 seconds.
Think about it.
Alright. That's the 3
Words.
You cannot use this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use that.
Okay, so we're not gonna use 3 words.
No, we can do it.
Okay.
Let us think about it, okay. Challenging. Number 1, you, second.
Oh, like we have 3 words each, or we have to.
We can do whatever.
3 words each.
3 words each.
Okay. Challenging, empowering, and community.
Okay, for me, it must be like fun. For sure, it's a lot of fun. And what else? I was gonna say respectful. Do you think that could be the word? Because
Yeah.
like people respect each other, they don't judge. They're giving everyone a safe space for them to be themselves. So maybe respectful.
Respect.
So fun, respectful, and should I say experience or transformational?
Transformation.
Transformational. So respect, fun, transformational.
Whoa.
I love that.
Okay. Yeah, so do you know that your facilitators come from across the world to teach you? Jacqueline flew from Europe to here.
Yeah.
Aaron, who teach WiderNet First Aids, come from Colorado, United States. So from the well-experienced facilitator and trainer, do you have any message to them?
I just want to say to them how much I admire them. They're such cool people. They're very talented, and I feel really grateful to be able to meet them and interact with them, spend times, and learn a lot from them. Like Jackie, Aaron, they really inspire me. I'm so amazed how they have such a good energy. That within first day,
Yeah.
I can totally feel safe talking to them, participating, sharing my idea. It just they are very fascinating people.
They give you the best safe space that
Yes,
you can be the best of
yes, all
yourself.
100%, yes.
Real, yeah.
yes.
Yes, me too. They are the definition of safe space. All of them.
I admire you guys a lot. Jackie, Aaron, also everyone.
Shannon,
yeah.
Tony.
Tona, and everyone's.
Literally everyone.
You guys are amazing.
Yeah. If I miss anyone, I'm sorry. But they, in my life, never met a teacher like them. Usually teachers, they have this I'm higher than you kind of mentality.
Yeah.
But with them, it's just we're friends. I can open up. I was never able to come up in the middle of a crowd to guys, let's do this activity. But since OLC and because they're such a compassionate people, they were
Yeah.
do it, try, and it just makes me a new version of myself.
Yes.
Thanks to them very much.
Yeah, especially the WFA. Before I thought it's gonna be a lot of information, medical terms and a lot of theory, and I was this is gonna be a hard 3 days. But then I met Aaron and Harry and
Tinuan.
they make the course very exciting, and they exactly the time when I'm about to fall asleep, they're all right, let's go outside and do
Yeah.
practical work, use what you have learned. And I was that's such a perfect timing, because there was too much theory for me, and then we go outside and we get to do the practical work. And
Yeah.
and Aaron's very funny, and all of the guys are very helpful, and I think Jump is doing a great job, bringing all the Avengers.
Yeah,
to
you can say that.
Yeah, across the world.
Across the world. Thank you for coming across the world, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Wow, that's very inspired, empowered, and engaged. Thank you, Navleen and Sean, for sharing your journey. It's inspiring to see how OSC doesn't just build outdoor skills, it builds leadership that lasts For our listener, if you're curious about how experiential learning can transform lives, follow at Jump Foundation and check out the Outdoor Leadership Certificate for the next year. And don't forget to subscribe to the Jumpcast podcast series from Jump Foundation. Until next time, keep leading, learning, and keep reimagining leadership. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.
Yay!
Wow. If today's episode sparked something in you, share it forward and follow our channel for more transformational stories powered by youth, built for impact.